What's up, y'all? They're checking in. This is a message from a parent to another parent to the kids. Just something I was sitting over here thinking about. I just got off work. Well, I've been off work now probably about close to 2 hours, almost 2 hours. I've been off work. You can still see the dust on my arms, but I was just sitting here, maxing and relaxing. I like to relax. I usually go take a shower when I get off work. I usually go and take a shower, get me something to eat so I can enjoy the rest of my evening, resting my body and get my mind ready for another day of work the next day. That's what I usually do. But since I got off early today, I got done early, and I got on off work and figured I'd just come, sit out here, Mother Nature, fresh air, somewhere in Florida. A thought just crossed my mind about my oldest son. You know, and it's a old saying where people say it's never too late. In some situations, it is, and the reason why I said that is because, just to give you a little bit of backstory on where I'm trying to go with this message to your kids out there. If y'all got kids, and I'm pretty sure, some of y'all watching this have kids or even nieces and nephews, or in some kids' lives. Let's just say you in some kids' lives. They don't even necessarily have to be your kids, but from an adult that has kids to another adult that's affiliated or that's around kids in their lives some type of way. It's a message to them. And like I said, to give you a little bit of the backstory on where I'm trying to go with the message. My son just graduated from high school a couple of months ago. Back in May, just graduated from high school. And ever since he was 5 years old, when I introduced him to football, the sport of football, American football, I introduced him to football at the age of 5 years old. Took him to practice, put him out there on the field, and that first day, he never looked back. And what I mean by that is, he turned out to be a superstar. From day one, I put him out there, and he, like your average kid at that age, you put them in the sport, they'll like it. They'll like it and want to play it, and but some will hate it and quit the first day, or quit before the first day of practice even over. But he didn't do that. He went out there, participated, and every year went by, the older he got, he just fell in love with it more and more. And like I say, from 5 years old all the way up to him just graduating from high school, every team he played on, from city league to middle school to high school, he was a starter. Every year, from day one, he was a starter. And then, living in a powerhouse football town like the one that I live in, that we live in, football is well known. Everybody know. I ain't gonna say everybody know everybody. I'd be lying if I say that, but you know, when in the football world, people know each other, and let's just say that in the football world, in my town, people know each other. You know, coaches and just regular individuals. You know, from coaches to friends, family, people know these kids when they start out playing football. So every year he was always like the one to get on this team. Get on your team, man. I'm a proud father, never let me down. And like I said, when I put him out there, I didn't know what to expect. I had a lot of faith in him, a lot of confidence in him, because I know I played football myself, you know, growing up, and so I know enough about it. And the older he got, and it was kind of strange because, like I say, from the age of 5, I was always hands-on with him playing football and teaching him the game and telling him what's expected from your coaches and from your fans and what they want to see. And you know, him being smart. Oh, let me go ahead and put this out there too before I get any further. Before I get any further, let me go ahead and put this out there. My son has always been a straight A student since he been in school. And if you get A's in preschool, he would have got A's in preschool. He was like the top of the class from preschool. That's when I knew he was gonna be what he is today. I ain't gonna say I knew he was gonna be that, but that's when I started seeing in him what he was gonna be today from preschool. All his teachers that fell in love with him, and I'm kind of getting off the subject. I didn't want this video to be this long, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of insight to understand the message that I'm trying to give. All his teachers kept up with him. Every grade he went through, all his teachers always kept up with him, checked in on him, because he was like one of their favorite students. And like I say, he was real smart. He was always smart from a baby. And all his teachers from kindergarten and first grade, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all of them would come to his football game when they found out he played football and basketball. He also played basketball too. And he would be, after his first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth, fifth, sixth, or whatever, the teachers who he had, they would come to his games years after he was no longer in their class. They still would come to his games to watch him play, and you know, checked in with me and his mom to you know, see how he's doing, and know he's doing pretty well, but want to make sure he's staying on path and staying on track and doing what he's doing. But yeah, so like I say, from day one, he always been a star on the field. Every team he was on, he started. He played offense and he played defense starting out. He was a running back and a linebacker. A running back and a linebacker when he first started out. And as he got older, he fell in love with defense. He somehow fell in love with defense a lot more than offense. He would still play offense, but he loved that defense. And he just graduated a couple of months ago. The message I'm trying to get to. And for the longest, while he was playing football, he wanted to go to a D1 school. D1 meaning Division I university to play football. He wanted to, get an athletic scholarship to play football. And he already, like I say, he's been a straight A student all his school. So he was already going to have the academic, get the academic scholarships and stuff like that. But he also wanted a Division I athletic scholarship too. So he always wanted to go to one of the major universities. And so the message I'm trying to say is what I tell my son about being too late to do something that you want to do and something that you want to achieve as an 18-year-old. He didn't end up getting the athletic Division I scholarship that he wanted from the big universities. He got some talk from and offers and things of that nature from smaller colleges. And I remember maybe a couple of nights after his last football game at the high school. For the high school, they made it to the playoffs. Went a little bit deep in the playoffs and lost to can't remember who, but I was outside one night where I be at all the time. Anyways, outside, outdoors. I love the outdoors. It's something about outdoors. I love it. But he knew I was outside, so he came outside and pulled up a chair, and he kind of got like teary-eyed. He was like thinking about college and how he didn't get the offers that he was looking for, and for the athletic scholarship and or whatever, and as a father, I taught him through it, what I'm saying, lifting him up, patting him on the back, did what I supposed to did, and told him to stay focused and how, it'll work out. We all know what you can do, and it's a good thing that you still got your scholarship, your academic, so, you can still pretty much go to any college you want to. And so he's 18 years old, just graduated a couple of months ago. And he had been, trying to decide what college he wanted to go to, where he wanted to go, and such. And I thought he had made up his mind. And and I'm the type of father too, especially dealing with him. Like I say, he's a very intelligent young man. And I, don't want to put too much on him, let him kind of figure out what he want to do, where he want to go without, dibbing and dabbing, but he know his daddy here, and if he got any questions or any concern, he already know he can come to me with that. But so just sitting back, letting him figure out and what he want to do, where he want to go. And he decided he was wanting to go to Florida State. Back really early on, he said he was gonna go to Florida State, and So come to find out, a few weeks later or so, or however long it was, after he decided that's where he wanted to go, or he was going, which I kind of think he kind of wanted to go there anyways, but growing up, he always kept the option open. I would say he always kept it open. Whether it be an athletic scholarship or academic scholarship, but excuse me. He said he was going to Florida State, but Florida State got back in contact and said that he didn't get his. Well, they had been reaching out to him something for him to get his transcripts in, his paperwork or whatever he needed to enroll or whatever, and they reached out and said that he didn't make the deadline, he missed the deadline, it was too late or such and such or something, because he wasn't replying back. Some kind of reason he wasn't getting the emails or whatever he was supposed to be getting, so he kind of missed it, or didn't know it, or didn't see it, or however it happened. He turned his transcripts and stuff in too late. So he said he was still was gonna go to college in Tallahassee, but pick one of those colleges up there, and then he would transfer to Florida State after a year or two or so. He would just transfer to Florida State and possibly be a walk-on off his academic scholarship, and but right now he's 18 years old. And the time what I was talking about it being too late. Right now, he in that stage of mind now when it comes to playing football. He in that mind stage now where it's still time. It's still, from what it's looking like, it's still time right now. At 18, when you turn 19, and especially 20, that's when the doubt starts sitting there, where it might not happen. It probably won't happen. That's where the doubt starts sitting there. When you get to 22 and 23, that's when the acceptance starts setting in. So basically, the moral of the story is don't waste no time doing what you want to do and what you're trying to do. And this can go for a kid, or this can go for an adult, or whoever, any individual. But it's especially for the kids, like I say, because that age, 18, 19, those are some pivotal years of your life. Those are the most pivoting years of your life. So, if you got kids, or you're affiliated with kids, then share that message with them about that pivotal moment of their life. Very important.